For all of your screen needs, call Christian Metal Screens.
News 12 would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
On your side, this is News 12 First at 5.
AU Health receiving their first doses of the Pfizer vaccine this morning and giving their first vaccinations this afternoon. But first up, an arrest in the nightclub shooting in Aiken. This was the scene the weekend after Thanksgiving. One person died, 17 others injured, and this is Dustin Williamson. He's also charged in the murder of 77-year-old Henrietta Creech in Barnwell County that same night. The Aiken County Sheriff's Office says Williamson pulled the trigger and killed Craig Yeomans outside the 7th Lounge on the night of November 28th.
And this is what they told us this afternoon about his arrest. He was actually arrested November 30th, 2 days after the shooting. Williamson was arrested in Barnwell County after being arrested for Creech's death, and he was then turned over to Aiken County.
The Sheriff's Office says Williamson's car was found in Calhoun County the night of the shooting. Williamson is from Calhoun County.
Police are still looking for another suspect. They're also looking for witnesses or any video they can find. Also breaking this afternoon, AU Health giving frontline workers its first doses of the Pfizer COVID vaccine. They received it just this morning.
AU Health, one of the first hospitals in Georgia to receive the vaccine. Our Brady Travel brings us up to speed in a live report. Brady, what's the latest?
Richard, right now, just behind me in this building, there are dozens of people being vaccinated for COVID-19. Healthcare workers, hospital staff, all getting the first chance at being vaccinated here at AU Health. And AU officials told us it is a historic day and a day that marks the beginning of the end of this pandemic. Now, the first 10 people who were vaccinated were actually vaccinated simultaneously to cheers and some tears across the room. But once that first wave of vaccinations took place, they started vaccinating more staff, and they've set up a full-scale vaccination clinic inside and also an observation area to make sure there are no reactions afterwards. Now, AU Health received 975 doses of the Pfizer vaccine this morning, and Chief Medical Officer Philip Kuhl was vaccinated, as well as Chief of Infectious Diseases Dr. Jose Vasquez, who's been working on the front lines for 10 months. And he told me this moment was a relief, and he never even thought it was possible so soon.
And when they initially said, we're going to have a vaccine by the end of the year, I said, there's no way they're going to enroll 70,000 people into a study, finish the study, look at the data, and get it approved by the FDA. It is truly a miraculous time, to get this vaccine.
AU Health officials say they'll continue to vaccinate as many healthcare staff and hospital staff as they possibly can over the next several days, and they're hoping that this vaccine will keep more healthcare workers on the front lines as, of course, cases, unfortunately, continue to surge. And you'll hear from those healthcare workers who were vaccinated tonight on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
And I think it says a lot. These leading doctors in Augusta were some of the first to roll up their sleeves. Brady, thank you so much.
First at 5, a look from Aiken Regional now, where they too vaccinated some of their healthcare workers for the first time today. One of their infectious disease physicians, as well as their nursing team, administered the vaccine this morning. They received their first shipment just yesterday.
Governor Brian Kemp and Georgia's top public health official, Dr. Kathleen Toomey, are talking about the vaccine today. They gave us an update on statewide COVID-19 response, wrapping up just a little while ago, within the last hour. And right after that, Dr. Toomey joining an ICU nurse and getting her vaccination. Kemp and Toomey alike say the vaccine will be a tool to get the country back on the right track, but they urge people to keep the COVID guidelines in mind and get the vaccine when it's available.
This vaccine is safe, it's effective, and it will be the tool we have to finally be able to go back to what we think about as our Georgia lifestyle.
And in Georgia, the vaccine is being rolled out in a phased approach, with healthcare workers, nursing homes, the first to get it. They don't expect the general public to be able to get the vaccine for another couple of months. Much more news ahead after a quick check of the weather and a live look downtown. And Riley, those clouds are just here to stay today, it looks like.
They have been with us all day long, Richard, and it's really prevented us from warming up whatsoever. We've stayed in the 40s for highs for the second day in a row, well below normal for this time of year. We are seeing those clouds break up to our north and to our west, though, so that's what's in store tonight and throughout the day Friday. We'll finally see these clouds move out of here, and we should finally see that sunshine return. by tomorrow afternoon. Now look at downtown Augusta. The clouds are with us. We have cold temps and even a light wind that's making the wind chill just make it feel a little bit cooler than those actual temperatures. We're only at 44 degrees right now here in Augusta, and with dry air in place, we're going to see these low temperatures drop overnight, most likely get down close to freezing in some spots. Mid to low 30s, most likely across the board in the CSRA. But if it's not down to freezing, it'll most likely feel like it with wind chills down into the 20s tomorrow morning. Have a look at some warmer weather by the weekend and potentially some rain as well in that full forecast.
The first week of early voting for the Senate runoff pointed out the rules they're challenging have been in effect for months.
In case you missed it earlier, if you live in North Augusta, be sure to boil your water before drinking, cooking, or making ice. The city advises you to do that for about 3 minutes before you use the water, and they want you to keep doing this information, following the advisory, until 6 o'clock in the morning. A water main near Pisgah Road ruptured early this morning, and that caused a loss of pressure and a loss of service for some customers. There is no confirmed contamination in the water, but that loss of pressure means it is a possibility. Augusta crews fought a house fire this morning. Firefighters actually spotted it from their own station. Crews say they saw a large column of smoke rising from a neighborhood. They responded to the fire. It was at Ellis Street and Crawford Avenue just before 8 this morning. The department says the home is abandoned, but neighbors say they've seen people coming and going. Some Richmond County students this morning lent a helping ham, literally a ham, this morning. Kingsford teamed up with RecTech to hand out 200 hams to students at Wilkinson Gardens Elementary. Usually the program gives out 100 hams. This year they stepped it up a notch. That wasn't all they did. They also gave $25,000 to Golden Harvest, who, as you heard, got a major multi-million-dollar donation. So shout out to them for helping out in our community.
It's going to be a chilly evening with temperatures down into the 40s, but feel like temperatures 30s and then 20s by tomorrow morning. Now look at that weekend forecast coming up.
And in a place whose lifeblood is tourism, the pandemic is having a trickle-down effect. Coming up after the break, how Disney workers in Florida are trying to bounce back.
Coronavirus-related job cuts still coming in waves, and tourist locations like Orlando, local economies are seeing huge layoffs.
As Natasha Chen reports, tourists aren't there to buy food or book hotels anymore, and that's causing a never-ending cycle of job cuts.
We've seen people line up for food donations throughout this pandemic, but what you're seeing here is particularly bad timing. Thousands of theme park workers have been laid off, and as they're losing their paycheck, one critical food donation resource is suddenly disappearing just when they need it most.
Hey, you want to show your favorite ornament?
Amanda Johnson and her husband made a living creating magic, but their fairy tale ended when they were furloughed from the Walt Disney World Resort. Months later, even after Florida parks reopened, Johnson was laid off, one of 32,000 U.S. Disney employees expected to lose their jobs by March.
I feel like drowning here. And it's just the worst thing. People come here to have a good time, and we're all suffering.
One of their 3 children has autism and epilepsy.
Thinking about like one hospital visit would almost like bankrupt you.
She says she's making food deliveries just to be able to give the kids a Christmas, and soon they'll be hard-pressed to pay the mortgage.
What do you want for Christmas?
Former employees of Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, and others are on both sides of this line, receiving donations and volunteering, too.
We were focused on the members, and we started out feeding 200 families, and it ballooned into 2,000.
And the theme park may be suffering, but the success of Disney's streaming service, Disney Plus, has sent Disney stock to its all-time high.
Yeah, but as for those employees, they remain optimistic that one day the guests and the tourism will also return like magic. But you tend to forget about them, out of sight, out of mind. But, boy, they're going day to day and week to week trying to make ends meet now.
So many industries out there really, really hit hard. A tornado touched down yesterday afternoon in Tampa, Florida, and this is the aftermath. The Weather Service is down there assessing the damage from Pinellas Park to Tampa and parts of Polk County. Dozens of buildings and homes were destroyed, at least 25 damaged by that storm. And Riley, this line of storms hit ahead of a pretty serious cold front.
It did, and you could see the damage reports from yesterday as this tornado did move onshore. Places like Tampa made it all the way to Lakeland, Florida, actually. So it did do a lot of damage across portions of Tampa area. Now, this was the same system. On the southern side of these systems, you see the severe weather threat. You have all that energy, that warm air to work with. On the northern side of the system, you get all the snow. And just take a look at this loop, 18 hours worth of just heavy snow across portions of Pennsylvania, New York, and now exiting out of the northeast through places like Maine this afternoon. So they saw a ton of snow up there and definitely going to be shoveling for the next couple of days. For us, we've had high pressure try to build in here, but we've really been struggling to get rid of the cloud cover. But we can finally start to see that light at the end of the tunnel. Take a look at the horizon here. You can see that daylight sneaking below that cloud cover. So that is the clearing skies that we're expecting to move in here, most likely later tonight. And by tomorrow, we should see plenty of sun. Our temperature is currently mid to low 40s. It's been a real struggle to get out of these numbers today. It's just going to continue to be chilly this evening, and the wind is going to be a factor as well, just making those wind chill values feel a little bit colder. Tomorrow morning, low temperatures down near freezing for us, so bundle up as you head out early tomorrow morning. And throughout the day, we're not really expecting to warm up too much. We are expecting those high temperatures down into the mid to low 50s. Some spots in the northern CS are potentially once again staying into the 40s. So we're not going to see too much of a warm up tomorrow. But by the weekend, we're starting to see more seasonal highs, at least getting close to 60 Saturday and Sunday. We should see nice weather extend into our Saturday, but by Sunday, that's when our next system's going to be heading our way and likely bringing us at least a few showers towards daybreak Sunday and then again Sunday night and Monday. Now, the rain for this weekend doesn't necessarily look like a washout. Most of this rain should actually fall kind of outside of daylight hours, so outdoor plans still look okay. Our highest rain chances most likely towards the end of the weekend and throughout the day on Monday. And let's take a look at what we're expecting for why we actually have the chance for rain. Staying dry Friday, but this is going to be the system that approaches us this weekend. Staying dry through Saturday afternoon, but late Saturday, early Sunday, this first wave of moisture does reach our area. So there's going to be the chance for some showers Sunday morning, but we could potentially stay dry Sunday afternoon before more rain heading into Monday. And some rain, not necessarily the worst thing for us. We are abnormally dry across most of the area with the latest drought monitor that did come out there today. Now, through this weekend into next week, we'll see those temperatures gradually warm up for us. We're finally seeing the mid-60s again as we head towards next weekend. At least Tuesday and Wednesday still look dry.
Just into our newsroom, Orangeburg officers need your help identifying this car. You know, it's a blurry photo, but this is what officials are working with right now. They say this driver could be a person of interest in a fatal shooting that happened in that area earlier this week. Monday, officers were called out to a home on Myers Road there in Orangeburg where a person had been shot. People in the area say they saw a vehicle in this photo several times throughout that day. If you have any information, call the Orangeburg County Sheriff's Office, and we'll be back with more in just a moment.
Look, thousands of Americans are dying a day.
Welcome back. An 18-year-old decking out in his car at Christmas lights. He's been getting a lot of attention on the road and even caught the eye of a state trooper, but luckily, she was no Scrooge. Ben Crumwell shows us how one teen is going above and beyond in Christmas fashion.
At first, I saw it on a YouTube video from like 5 years ago of some people doing it.
Trying something you see on YouTube. It's what 18-year-olds do these days.
It was like $30 of lights.
Not a high price to pay. Even if Dad warns you, it could end up costing much more in the long run.
I was not a fan of it. I was not on board with it at all.
As a retired Madison police officer, Larry Kamholz knew exactly the trouble his son Tyler could get in, turning his Camaro into a car Clark Griswold would be proud of.
I knew exactly what laws were being broken with these type of lights.
So did the state trooper who pulled Tyler over about a week ago in the Fox River Mall parking lot.
She pretty much said she really liked the lights, but she's pulling me over for the lights.
Luckily, Tyler only received a warning, and with help from the trooper, a bump to his social media following.
She asked for a picture, and she took a picture, and it ended up on Facebook everywhere.
We get requests from nursing homes and neighborhood associations that want them to drive by. It's actually been, it's been quite interesting. It's moving. I mean, just to see the joy and happiness of the lights on the car that he did, that I wasn't supportive of. Now I've kind of I've warmed up to and realized the impact it's had just from these lights.
The lights will be staying on the car until Christmas. You'll just need to be in the right place to see them turned on.
Only on back roads, like where I'm going like 20.
Just into the newsroom, a panel of advisors to the FDA overwhelmingly recommended the agency authorize Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine for emergency use. The FDA is expected to agree with the committee's recommendation, and an emergency use authorization could come as soon as today or tomorrow, but we will certainly let you know as soon as that is authorized. Riley?
Well, we saw another day with high temperatures only in the 40s, but the next 5 days we are expecting a warming trend. Have another look at some rain chances this weekend next.
Approve this message.
News 12 wants to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Well, here's a look at your community calendar. It is Ladies' Night out in downtown Aiken tonight at 6. You can wrap up your holiday shopping. You can also grab some treats, and they're also going to have some contest giveaways you can enter as well. So it should be a great time out there. Downtown Aiken, just bundle up. It has been a cold day, and this evening we're expecting cold temperatures to stick around. We're most likely going to be in the upper 30s this evening if you're heading out to downtown Aiken. We'll finally see those skies clear by later tonight. We should enjoy plenty of sunshine throughout the day on Friday. Tomorrow morning, those low temperatures are going to be down close to freezing, so definitely going to need that winter coat to start off your Friday. Heading towards midday, we'll see temperatures warm up, most likely upper 50s, low 50s, or upper 40s, low 50s, and once again, plenty of sun out there tomorrow. Should be a lot nicer for us. Those high temperatures tomorrow still a little bit below average, but at least, hey, about 10 degrees warmer than what we were today, so we'll take it. And we're expecting that warming trend the rest of the weekend as well. A few showers do look possible by Sunday morning, but more likely on Monday.
It's been a huge week for local hospitals with more vaccines arriving here in the two-state. We're going to take you to the latest one. First at 5 continues in 3 minutes.